have influencing power too?
Yes,
Of
everyone
course,
has influencing power, especially to your
own circle. I agree
Everyone is
that,
an influencer.
So welcome to the first episode of my talk show. It's called Work Tomorrow. So I'm very glad that I have two of my friends here who are willing to do this with me. So these two, I think everybody are very, very familiar with them. They actually co-own Tiramisu Hero for almost 10 years already. How do you guys do that, man? I understand that you guys have done a lot of interviews before talking about how you guys start the business, how the idea come from. So I'm not going to talk about that. But I'll probably put the links down in the description for people who want to watch that, okay? But I think some of the questions that I'm very more curious about is like, for over 10 years, how do you guys maintain this business? And you guys are, the location that you guys are situated have a lot of other cafes, a lot of cake shops that relocated already, and you guys are still there. So my question is like, how do you guys, what is the three most important elements you think, okay, that you guys upkeep for running the cafe for almost 10 years?
Off the top of my head, the very first thing would be definitely people. So these 10 years wouldn't have been possible if we didn't have the right people around us in the team, and also people around us that help us with the business. So that would be, I think, we share the same sentiments. People will be the most important.
So the people that work for you has been there for 10 years?
We do have, so we do have people around us who've been with us since the start. We also have people who help us who are not in the business, who are still around helping us, giving us guidance and everything. So without them, I don't think we can be where we are today. Yeah, that's definite.
Yeah, I think we're also lucky because, like you said, we do have like a lot of new blood, new F&B establishments coming into Jalan Besar area. So yes, competition is getting more stiff, but the whole area is actually more gentrified now. We used to have like a lot of hardware stores, we have coffee shops, but now more hip businesses are coming in, and it is not necessarily like a bad thing.
So they draw in new crowds for you guys as well.
Founders in the area now, like
Almost,
along the
first few
along the lines with Chai Seng Huat, who are still there too.
Yeah.
So we are after them.
Yeah.
So people is one.
There's a good synergy also, like with our brand and our neighbors, and
Like networking, collaborations, cross brands, that kind of events.
Well, next.
third thing, I don't know, we only listed two, right?
What do we list for the second one?
Like the area actually helped. I feel that it helps.
The new bloods in the area helps you as well.
I think greed is important in every business. So 10 years is a long time for a cafe. We won't sugarcoat it. It's not easy. So greed is the reason why we have not given up.
Greed, and also kind of have to get creative sometimes, like especially during circuit breaker when COVID hit. You know, we kind of have to really change the way we operate.
The business is very fluid. In a sense that we try to be proactive. I don't think we're doing a very good job at it, but we are definitely very reactive. So being able to react is, I think, one of the key reasons why we can also try and last. Because if you don't change, then you will not be able to move forward. At least forced to being changed and like forced to be changing.
To what?
Yeah, you adapt and you
Just
react to
adapt,
situations. You kind of still can like keep your head above water. Is basically what it is.
We would like to do more than that though. Keep our head above water.
You guys are like going more of like events, teaching people how to do tiramisu and stuff like that. How did you even started that idea?
Yeah, so we are
Actually, from the start. No, actually from the start we did do events. So our very first one was kind of with Airbnb, right? Was it? Yeah. That was years ago when we just started, and they were like, hey, come to our office, let's do a workshop. It was obviously chaotic, right? Because we had no experience, and they had a big team, but they had a big office, and the culture was quite nice. So it was a successful workshop, but we kind of didn't do it so much until now, after circuit breaker, and after the whole easing of the COVID measures, right? Then we decided, hey, why not? So we are lucky that that companies do approach us too for team building, and we also try to make the process a lot more effective.
Is my company size good enough for you all to do?
Space too.
Yeah, I think we can do, but some of my staff Malay halal. How do you?
We do non-alcoholic for them.
They can make for their friends. Make for you.
But the equipments, everything, the ingredients can be halal as well.
Actually, our ingredients are.
No, we are not certified halal.
We are not certified
can do
halal,
like
but
non-alcoholic ones.
Nice.
Yeah, but we're not certified halal.
Consider that because that would be fun.
Don't do alcohol, lor. Or we split it up, like what we did for the co-work space. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so one of the questions I want to ask also is, before you guys started Tiramisu Hero, Peggy is already an influencer. Yeah, you have a good following. You were blogger lah. Is it blogger at that point of time? Yeah. So do you think that being a blogger, having this fame, helped the business of Tiramisu Hero?
That was like 10 years ago. That was like way before, the whole social media game became so serious. So back then, I wouldn't call it fame, but I do have like a small group of following. And it did help, especially in the beginning, because it was getting the word out. Like, we would speak to people who were and are in F&B industry or any other industry. Like, get the first 6 months is like very crucial.
Yeah.
You make it or break it. Make sure you have enough money to last through. If the first few months is not doing well, you can kind of tide through. So having that following and having that outlet to get the word out is definitely helpful.
Yeah, it gave us, I think, a confidence in a sense that when we were nothing, and that back then we were a bit illegal lah, but based on today's context, it's actually legal now. Yeah. No, it's fine. Okay, so we were illegal for a while, and we got reported very quickly. So it was a double-edged sword, but as of today, it's legal to start from home. Okay. For F&B.
I think you still have to register something.
Yeah, but at least you can register. So back then we didn't have that option, but we didn't also know what we could do. So having that assurance from I think the people that feedback to us, right, gave us that confidence to kind of take the next step into a brick and mortar store.
Yeah, it's kind of like a grey area. Like, you can have a home kitchen, but you can only sell to your friends by word of mouth. You can't really publicize. Yeah. So it's very grey. That was where we started, because like obviously it's easy. We don't have to come up with a lot of money to start.
We just wanted to try out to see if it will work, right? And it worked lah, because we got reported. So very quickly, we had the authorities knocking at our door and saying like, hey, you can't do this. But it was also, in a sense, I think it got us down a bit.
But that didn't stop y'all from moving forward.
A bit upset, right? Like, why? Like, would we be reported in like within a week or something?
Yeah.
When we were actually selling like quite nicely already.
I mean, it's a blessing in disguise. It just pushed us in the direction like, hey, get a proper kitchen. It seems to be doing well. Let's do it properly.
It basically pushed us into being legal. Yeah, and legally registered. So I think it did help lah. But also with the fame, like I said, it's a double-edged sword, right? So we did get our first like negative feedback very quickly also. And I remember her being very down about it, and I was actually quite pleased because
I can't really remember what was the.
No, just someone said something along the lines that it sucked or something, or you could do better,
Right.
And to me, was how I viewed it was the first few orders came from people we knew, or people we kinda knew, and
I remember this.
And by the time the first negative feedback came in, I was like, hey, we're hitting strangers, and to me that was a good
Opening up new audience.
I'm not just selling to people who like me or like us, and they're just telling us nice things. Who's to know, right? I mean, we could be doing well, but we need that criticism to say, you have room for improvement. And I also kind of know that we are reaching bigger than where we have been at. So I think that was also a good thing that came out from her being known. We kind of got attacked by the, reporting and all, but it was kind of a blessing as well.
Yeah.
So I would say like every entrepreneur or people who wants to start a business in Singapore, they are not like know it all. They actually start, learn, fall down, and learn again.
Definitely, especially in the industry you have no prior knowledge of. Yeah.
I mean, even if you have prior knowledge, there will always be something that would be unexpected.
Yeah.
It's hard to be prepared for everything.
I don't think anybody in Singapore, anybody doing business know every single rule. Yeah. Okay. Good. That's a nice story that I never heard before. Okay. Then what about having friends who are influencers? Does that help your business during COVID? Yeah.
Who will say it doesn't, right?
For sure lah. Yeah.
We were blessed, I think. During COVID, a lot of people reached out to us to say, like come, I will, like patronize, and I will, like post about it. So I think that's part of why we got through it pretty
Sometimes
decently.
I feel like not even just influencers, just I
normal
always,
friends. Yeah.
I always believe that the most effective and convincing way of marketing is word of mouth. Like you would believe what your friends say as compared to what you see on an advertisement or an influencer or whoever. You know.
Like for example, if you tell me this place is nice, I'll believe you.
Yeah.
Then a person.
I have influencing power too.
Yes,
Of
everyone
course.
has influencing power, especially to your
own circle.
Yeah.
I agree
Everyone is
that-
an influencer.
Okay, another thing, like I know you guys like hustle a lot. Like I know you have another business. I know you're trying something new in your life as well. Like how do you manage and work out and keeping yourself looking good? Like businesses, your personal life, your own well-being. How do you balance? Because I know a lot of like I would say people who first start out their business, they're burnt out all the time, and their life most of the time is all about work. Like no work-life balance in a way. So how do you manage it? Or maybe you can give 1 or 2 tips to the people who are starting out their business themselves.
No, actually I very burnt out.
She's very tired also. The burnout is definitely real.
It lasted for 10 years, you know what I mean?
The first few years, like first year, it was super hands-on.
Yeah, like I think we both aged so much in I think 1 year or 2 years. Is insane. So I think with every business, the start is very tough, right? And the burnout is very real. It gets easier if you're lucky, right? But that said, I would say that no business is able to run automatically. Not even just business, like every facet of your life cannot be automatic. You cannot just assume that it's gonna run without your input.
I think having support from like business partner, your family, your friends is also very important. Like in the beginning, it was very tiring, but we would always kind of keep each other in check. You know, like
we kind of slept
you
in
look
the
like
cafe.
you're on a diet. Like, just check in on each other, your family, your friends. Like we have friends who will come over to the cafe and help us wash bowls. In the beginning, like I feel support is important, and also kind of I think like how we brought up burnout is good. Like people are getting more aware of work-life balance, and like you shouldn't be working non-stop endlessly. You should work effectively. You should have work-life balance. Like there is more and more talk about work-life balance, and just being aware is a good place to start. I feel.
Being aware that you are burnt out is a good place to start.
Right, this is very important. Especially recently, I'm in the Kickstarter program with a lot of entrepreneurs. I can tell that they are all very burnt out. Then whenever I say I'm a very work-life balance person, they'll be like, how do you do that? I say, sometimes you just need to rest. And then when you rest and you get your mind clear, and you can work more efficient.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you agree with me?
Yeah, definitely. So if you're aware, you prioritize yourself to take a rest, you actually do far better after.
Wisest choice as well, I feel.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, I have a few more questions. Okay, so how does a personal relationship, for the last 10 years affect your business relationship?
I must say,
I think it has never.
Yeah. So we are lucky that her being my business partner, I cannot speak for her lah. But I know that whatever decision she make for the business, I am on board. Like I have no doubts about it. Like we understand the way. I think we have a kind of synergy that we kind of think in a similar way. We have similar aesthetics, opinions about things based on the business that there is no doubt for me. So we can make choices independently, and just update each other, which I think is very important than needing to like second guess, like will she agree? Will am I doing something that she will not like? And I think likewise we are fortunate that we have that.
I think our strengths are also different. Like the things that she is good at better than me, like I am confident that she will be the better person to deal with that. And there are certain things that I will be more familiar and I have more experience in maybe, then I know that she will be okay with me handling that.
Yeah.
So I mean, personal life wise and anything to do with work is kind of two different things.
Yeah,
I feel.
but our personal relationship allows us to understand each other well, to the point where it's very obvious we know who will be better at this task. So we will not fight over tasks. Not like we will, but
I want to do.
No, we usually will not. But we know who is the better person to do it.
To handle that situation.
So
We'll just
we know
discuss.
our strengths, so and our weaknesses. So we kind of can cover and complement each other in a way that there is no need for discussion. There's no need to, let's try and see what we can do and all that. So that helped.
But this takes a bit of time to build that kind of
Like I said, for 10 years, our personal relationship, I think, helped us in that direction. That we skip many steps now in terms of making decisions or trying to get approval from each other, right? A lot of times you don't even need to check each other's work because it's go ahead, I think that was the best thing that came out of it.
I mean, the vision is the same, and we also know each other well.
Yeah, I know her strengths, her weaknesses, so I can play to that and I can work in that direction, and she knows my strengths and weaknesses too. Yeah.
So I know that recently Tiramisu Hero have some mini renovation going on. So what's the next steps? Do you have any new plans or any new goals, ambitions?
I mean, the place is 10 years after all.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of housekeeping, making sure we have more storage space. And now that we are looking to welcome more tourists, because we used to have a lot of Japanese tourists before the whole COVID saga came about. Just cleaning up, I don't know, preparing to jump into action when we can.
Be ready before it happens. This is a good tip for the other business owners maybe. Okay, so last question. I just want to ask, do you have any tip for all the young F&B entrepreneurs?
We actually discussed before we came.
Right before. Yeah, I'm like, do you have a tip? And she said, what do you say? The general tips.
I say, so my tip is don't be afraid to ask people, get a mentor. If you know someone who's done it before, ask all the questions before you kind of waste time doing those same.
So you can see her
mistakes.
strengths here. Actually, she's actually quite PR and quite diplomatic.
Ask
I'm very honest. I will tell you, don't do it. Yeah. F&B is tough, man. Really, really tough. Yeah. So I mean, if you are gonna do it, be prepared that you are going to suffer. Yeah.
To be burnt out and to age, is it?
Yes.
Actually, no, you get a good team.
Yeah. I mean, you need
You
a
can't do
fair
it
bit of
alone.
luck, and you need to rally people around you to. I mean, you need a lot of things to work at the same time. So I would consider it being lucky, in a sense that I think that 10 years, a lot of it also was luck that we had on our side. That people supportive, there were people who were
I think it was luck.
definitely.
I think it's not a lot of luck.
How many percentage luck and how many percentage hard work?
Song 30%. 30% luck. What song? 哎，不要这样一样。Yeah.
That's fate. That's not
Okay.
luck.
So you think 30% is luck?
Definitely. Yes.
So there's a lot of hard work, 70%.
It is, yeah.
Then
That's why I
Peggy,
say
what do you
prepare.
think?
Maybe around there, if you're not ready, you get super lucky. Everything fall into your lap. You don't know what to do with it.
It's true too.
You might destroy it in another way also.
You just don't know how to fully utilize it. We have friends who are willing to help, willing to share their experience, willing to share their secrets or what to do, what not to do, which help us save a lot of time. We are picking their brains and tapping onto their expertise.
Yeah.
That is maybe
I think
luck.
even
that
the way
have
we
these
found the
friends,
shop
but-
was luck as well.
Yeah.
Because we were on a one-way road, right? Yeah, and we were already past the shop and we were making a right turn, right? And I kind of glanced over because I had to check my blind spot, right? To make a right turn, and I saw the shop for rent, and I'm like, hey, and then we drove backwards.
Maybe it was also luck that everybody decided to come to Tyree.
Yeah, right. On a one-way road where everything was still hardware store, right? I kind of drove against traffic, not really against, but backwards.
Reverse.
I reversed on the one-way traffic and actually went in and we decided that this is it. This is the place. Like it just felt right.
Good feel.
Yeah.
The place is still a good feel now lah, and it's really very hyping now.
It's charming and like that's the reason why we're still there, I think.
I think it can be one of the tourist attraction also.
I mean, it's definitely a heritage neighborhood, district, whatever you call it. Yeah.
So that's luck. Yeah.
That's fated.
Fate.
Okay, thank you for answering all the questions today. Very happy I got all my questions answered. I think the people who watch this video will probably learn a few things. I hope they learn a few things out of this series, this channel as well. Okay, so thanks for coming today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.